Welcome to the city of Düsseldorf in West Germany. Now this is the 6th largest city in the country and the capital of the state of North Rhine Westphalia. It is a major business hub and one of the wealthiest cities in Germany, but it isn't super famous among international travelers. So is Düsseldorf worth visiting? Well, that's what I'm here to find out. We are now walking down the Königsallee or King's Alley, and this is one of the wealthiest and most famous shopping streets in all of Germany. And you can see that they have these massive trees here and then the canals, and on the other side we have some luxury hotels and also companies and jewelry stores. And yeah, this is sort of the central shopping avenue of Düsseldorf, and it is definitely one of the most beautiful avenues like this in Germany. So yeah, Düsseldorf is one of the wealthiest cities in Germany, and on this particular avenue you can definitely see that. As we are continuing on the Königsallee here, let me quickly explain how I got here. So I took a train from Cologne, and it was only a 45-minute journey, and it was a regional train, not a high-speed ICE. So yeah, you can easily travel between Cologne and Düsseldorf by train. The two cities are only 40 kilometers apart, but yeah, if you take that train on a Sunday evening like myself, it will be mega crowded. So yeah, here you can see the beginning of the Königsallee, or the Kö, which is sort of the abbreviation, and this whole avenue was built in 1804. So most of the statues here are from the early 19th century, and then this beautiful fountain over there, and yeah, you have the Kaufhof, which is a department store, and so on. Right, we have seen the King's Alley here. Now let's head into the old town. Much like Cologne, Düsseldorf's old town was very heavily damaged in World War II, so it's an old town with not that many old buildings left. But yeah, let's go have a look. Alright, we are now in the old town of Düsseldorf, and the first place that I wanted to show you is this house right here. This is the birthplace of Heinrich Heine. And yeah, Heine is one of the most famous poets in German history, and he was born in this house in 1797. It is Monday morning now, not too much going on as you can see, but we are now at the town hall building right here. As you can see here, the various parts of the town hall complex were built in different architectural styles, and that is because they weren't built at the same time. Some of them were built in the 16th century and others in the 17th and 18th centuries and so on. And yeah, the entire complex was badly damaged in World War II, but it has been renovated and rebuilt, and now stands here in its former glory. Now, I mentioned in my intro that Düsseldorf is the capital of the state of North Rhine Westphalia, but it isn't the biggest city. The biggest city is of course Cologne, and that is one of the reasons why there is a big rivalry between those two. So people from Cologne generally don't have the best opinion of Düsseldorf and vice versa. And that rivalry extends to beer, football, universities and many other things. So yeah, it is basically the largest city in North Rhine Westphalia, which is the largest state by population in Germany, versus the capital. And now we are coming up to the St. Lambertus Basilica, which is probably the oldest building in the old town here. So it was built in the 13th century, but yeah, it is closed right now. There is a sign saying that it will open later, but yeah, I might not have time for that. The city was founded in 1288, and it was named after the river Düssel, which is a small river, and then you have the Rhine, which is right over there actually, and that is the main one. Düssel is the river, and then Dorf means village, so basically village on the river Düssel. That is the city here. And now we are at the big river here. This is the mighty Rhine, the same river that runs through Cologne, and you can reach that city by boat as well from here. And then over there you have the TV tower, which is kind of the symbol of Düsseldorf. Now let's go down and have a look at this beautiful promenade here. You can basically walk the entire length of the city here, there's one big promenade that goes all along the Rhine River. This is a lovely place for a walk, especially when the weather is like this. And then you have all the terraces here and the restaurants. They are not cheap. Düsseldorf is not a cheap destination for German standards. It is in fact one of the most expensive cities in Germany, and I can see a difference with Cologne, for example. Talking about prices, I also wanted to show you guys my accommodation here. So I am staying at the Mercure Hotel, which is part of the Accor group, and I paid with points, and that is one of the reasons why I got this room, because I had enough points to get one night for free. So the room itself is really tiny. It has one single bed and then a small bathroom, but the location of the hotel is very good, about 5 minutes from the Königsallee. And yeah, I paid 3000 Accor points, which is about 60 euros in cash, which is way too expensive, I think, for such a tiny room. But yeah, Düsseldorf does not have as many budget options as other cities because it's not as touristy as Cologne, for example. Right, now I'm gonna walk to the modern part of the city, and you can see over here, just like in many port cities or former port cities, they redeveloped this area in a very stylish way. So here we have the Rhine Tower, which opened in 1981, and it is about 170 meters high, so it is by far the tallest structure in Düsseldorf. But there are some really cool buildings on the other side of the canal here, so I'm gonna go check out those now. So this building and that one, they were all designed by Frank Gehry, and yeah, Frank Gehry is one of the most renowned architects in the world. He also did the Walt Disney Concert Hall in LA, and then the Gehry Tower in New York, the Guggenheim in Bilbao, Spain, the Dancing House in Prague, and many others. So yeah, one of the most famous and innovative architects in the world contributed to this beautiful port redevelopment here. So yeah, this area is fantastic. You have to consider that this used to be an old port with lots of industrial warehouses and so on, and now it is just a very modern, bright and lively district. And on the other side here, you can see how they integrated these old brick buildings into the newer glass structures. This is actually the Marriott Hotel. And yeah, this redevelopment is definitely something to check out if you are in Düsseldorf. Right, now I'm gonna head back to the old town because I am getting hungry and there aren't that many places to eat around here, mostly very fancy ones. So yeah, let's go back to the Altstadt. We are back on the beautiful Rhine promenade here, returning to the old town. And now you might be wondering, how do Köln and Düsseldorf compare and which one is worth visiting more? And I would say that they are different, but they are both definitely worth visiting. Düsseldorf here is a lot fancier, a lot wealthier, and it's more of a business city, roughly speaking. And Cologne is a lot more popular in that sense. It has a lot more universities, more students and so on, and it is more affordable as well. But yeah, both cities have a lot of culture and architecture, and if you have 2 days, just do both. They are very close to each other. I would actually advise to stay in Cologne because there's just a bit more choice when it comes to accommodation. But if you're staying here, it's a bit quieter at night, I would say, unless you stay like in the main old town area. But yeah, both cities are worthy inclusions on any Germany itinerary. They call this area the longest bar counter in the world because they have all these terraces and then they put bar counters outside. And yeah, that's why it has the nickname Längste Theke der Welt. Alright, that was some amazing food there. German Hunter Schnitzel, which is a schnitzel with mushroom sauce. And yeah, they have these daily lunch specials in many places, so you can get a meal for like 10 euros until 6 p.m. And now we are back on the iconic Königsallee here, which is where I started the video this morning. And that is also where I sign off. So yeah, thanks very much for watching and see you in the next one. Goodbye.